Hi everybody, I haven't done a video in a while, just had a beautiful walk in the forest with my boyfriend watching the sunset together by the lake, the river. And I wanted to tell you guys this really cool story. Um, I will respect people's privacy, not mention any names or anything. And there's a lot of divine things happening in my life lately, a lot of struggles, a lot of lessons and challenges and opportunities to come back to love and to grow and to see things differently and better, I hope. And I was at work and I took a course in angel awareness at Wild Rose College years ago in 2007. That was the beginning of my spiritual journey. I went from being homeless, being in an addictive addiction, then an abusive relationship, and then healing from addictions, and then doing a psychedelic plant to heal, and then going into psychosis and getting schizophrenia. And so I started at Wild Rose College during that time. I started working at Mount Royal University as a cleaner. I moved back in with my angel mom that took me in. And I was going deeper and deeper into psychosis. I was scared. I wanted to get my son back. I didn't know what to do. So I found an ad in the newspaper, and I'd been into herbal medicine. I had been into herbal medicine because I had found a book. I had friends that were into herbal medicine, organic food, veganism, and holistic living. And I found an ad. I found a book called Naturally Healthy Babies and Children, and it turned me on to herbal medicine. And I built my own apothecary at home for my son and I never used it. I actually learned from this book how to meditate and do yoga daily and how to visualize my birth being peaceful and pain-free. And it was very pain-free. There was probably some pain, but I was at 19 years old and I wasn't screaming my head out. I was breathing, and I and my sister was astounded how little pain I was in, and it was just because I had visualized it, and I would talk to my baby and be like, this is going to be beautiful and peaceful. And even when birth is painful, that's okay. That's normal. That's natural. It's part of the process. It's part of our birthright. It's like, okay, we're going into a new transition here. And so let's have this really intense experience. And on the other side of it is the opportunity for healing and nourishment and connection with your new little baby. And I watched a beautiful movie last night called Parenthood. I finally decided to get Netflix again and Gaia and watch one movie a week and watch some Gaia podcast. And the Gaia podcast, 5 minutes, I didn't watch all of it, but it was about this guy that used AI to make his own AI, and he wanted to put all of his mathematical equations into it that he'd been working on. And AI came back and said to him, I don't know the exact message, but this is a message from the Atlantean time. There's an ancient city called Atlantis where people were really spiritually evolved, and then technology and some darkness had overtaken them, and then the city collapsed and went underwater perhaps, and then the civilization disappeared. And it's kind of symbiotic to what we're going through now as a humanity, where we have all this technology, which is very beautiful and helpful in so many ways, but it's also addictive and destructive. So we need to learn to use it in a sacred way. So last night I actually went and I downloaded an app called Data Blocker, and it's blocking me out of certain apps at certain times of the day or all day, and I have to go unlock it if I want to use these apps, and it takes a while to unlock and stuff. So it's going to help me get off my phone a little more and only use it when I need to in only certain part of the day. This isn't even the story I intended on telling you guys. Luna says hi. My baby girl's here beside me. She loves to be a part of the podcast. She says, Mommy, anything that you used to follow your heart with, I want to do it with you. And so she said, I'm right here beside you, supporting you all the way, and I love you, and I love her too. She saved my life, and I saved hers. So I'm at work, and I hadn't talked to the angels in a while. But I overheard two coworkers talking, and one said to the other one, you've tried everything, why don't you just ask us for help? And automatically I thought, is this a message from the angels that I need to ask for their help? I pray to God all the time, Divine Mother, saints and gurus of all religions, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, Yogananda, his gurus, and just asking the other side for help, and my loved ones that are there, and the spirit guides that help us, and the divine presence of God that's within us, that is us, that's in nature, that's in all of us. We're all divine. We are all part of God. God is within us, and we're a divine expression of that, whatever you want to call it. God, universe, God, goddess, him and her. It's all connected. There's more than this. I know that because I watch near-death experiences and see people come back with beautiful revelations, talking to angels, ancestors, light beings, coming back, describing the experience to people, describing ancestors they've met that they've never seen pictures of, coming back, describing them perfectly, and their family member shows them the picture and says, that's them. Children being born into bodies, knowing exactly where their old bodies were buried, or certain things, the Dalai Lama being reincarnated, and they put out all of these items from the past one that had passed away to this little kid to see if it was him, saying, which of these is yours? And he picked exactly which one. He had no idea. And I believe in Jesus now. I believe in the angels. I believe in Gabriel and Michael and Raphael and Buddha and Yogananda and my ancestors and the spirit guides and the Divine Mother and the Heavenly Father. I don't know for sure if any of this is real. Of course, I can't prove anything, but it's a knowing or a feeling in my heart that there's so much more to this world. There's so much beauty, there's so much love and so much light and so much darkness and so much challenges, and the evil is real too. And I used to think evil had its purpose and it was part of good. And now I think that maybe it's not. Maybe it's separate. And maybe we have to make a choice which we want to be a part of. And maybe not everybody gets a chance to be with God in the end. And I'm not saying to follow a bunch of rules and be religious. I'm saying have a relationship with God. And how do we do that? We can do that through prayer. We can do that through meditation, through manifesting, through spirituality, through reading sacred books, through the Bible, through going to church, through not going to church. Whatever it is that you find in your path that will help you have a connection to something greater than yourself. That's why half of AA people get better and NA people, because they believe and surrender to a higher power, the serenity prayer. God grant me the courage to change the things I can and ought to. The serenity to accept the things that I cannot change or should not change. And the serenity, the wisdom to know the difference. So I'm at work and I heard this conversation. And I'm like, okay. I said a simple prayer. I'm at work filling out this form and I'm closing my eyes and I go, angels, please help me. I love you. Thank you. And this guy just randomly walks up to me at work and gives me a dime. And he goes, I found a dime on the ground. I'm new here. I've only been there about a month. He goes, I found a dime on the ground. I want you to put it in the lost and found. And I'm like thinking, okay, that's strange. That's an odd thing for him to say. Like, not many people are going to come up to you and say, did you find my dime in the lost and found? Can I please have it back? But I was like, I trusted the process and I thought it was kind of cool and interesting and fun in my little day. And so I go up to my boss and I told him the story. This guy wants me to put this dime in the lost and found. And my boss goes, that's interesting. I go, why? And he goes, well, one of the members here, their loved one just passed away. It was a dad or granddad, and she'd been finding dimes everywhere and she thought they were from the angels. This was right after I prayed to the angels for help. And my boss said he had found 2 dimes that day, and ever since that day, it was like a few weeks ago maybe, finding dimes and nickels everywhere. And I used to find pennies everywhere. I remember taking angel awareness and my teacher said, when you find a penny on the ground, it's the angels leaving it for you. And I really believed that because I would find them everywhere after. And then they stopped making pennies, so now it's like dimes and nickels. And my mom's boyfriend used to say the same thing, and he said, if it's faced one way, you leave it. If it's the other way, you take it. And I didn't follow that, but I thought that was cool. And I never remember which way was which. That was his belief, and I respect that. But the story gets even better. Okay, then we go to the girl and we told her the story, and she goes, those are your dimes to keep. And I said, well, actually, the guy told me to put it in Lost and Found, so it belongs to you. And she took it, and it really warmed her heart. Okay, this is where the story gets really cool. There's an angel in my building, probably a real person though, and they leave these most beautiful paintings in the hallway. When me and my boyfriend were going to Invermere for him to visit my dad's home in the middle of this beautiful town by the lake, in the forest and the mountains and the hot springs and everything. Been going there since we were a kid, going camping growing up. This place is my spiritual place, one of them. And on the way there, I'm going to show you this in a minute. One of my neighbors had left this beautiful painting. I still don't know who it was. It's absolutely amazing. They probably painted it themselves, or maybe a friend or loved one. I don't know. It's a beautiful painting. It looks just like Invermere with the lake and the sunset and the forest and nature. And we found it right as we were leaving the door. All my stuff was in my hand, and we were carrying it out to the car to go visit my dad and his wife. So I get home. I had talked to the angels, asked for help. They gave me a sign that they were listening and helping. And then I get home and I find this in the hallway. Luna's licking it. So this beautiful picture of an angel, and she kind of looks like me. And that was a huge affirmation for me. I took it home. My neighbors, they leave. I live in a mental health building. I have my own place. I meet with my worker when I need to, who works out of the office once in a while. Low income housing. My neighbors either have mental health, or their families that need help, or low income families, or people off the street, or people with brain injuries, and they take us in here. They give us a little bit of support, and it's a beautiful community, and there's a lot of troubled people here, so there's been a lot of issues and challenges over the years. They're not to date neighbors because they probably have mental health, and that didn't turn out well. Although I had a friend here that helped me out a lot for 4 years too, but that ended up being toxic and I had to leave, and that was okay. It's part of my journey. I love this place. It's my home. I'm going to give you guys a tour because my home is nice and clean right now. I'm going to show you this in the light. Even the wings are sparkly. And I'm going to show you the Invermere picture we found too. I'm going to show you another one someone left in my hallway. It's super beautiful. It says strength. Did you guys see that? So this is my home. It's a little bachelor. And me and Luna live here. It gets really messy sometimes, but it's kind of clean now. So we got Luna's crate, where I put all Luna's stuff, her sweater and boots. I got some tie-dye stuff there that I'm working on. We got my desk and my beautiful plants that I love so much. And the view here is absolutely amazing during the day. Now you all know where I live. There's a lot of traffic, but across is the forest and hills. And it used to be filled with deer before they built the road. And there's a spiritual park there with the lake and everything. So I love it. You can see the mountains from the corner. So when I go for walks, I can see the mountains. Love grows here. This is all my extra clothes. My beautiful quilt that the church ladies made. All the money goes to charity. They get together and they quilt. This is the beautiful tree that I inherited from my grandma. She called it the Tree of Life. It's woven. It's from 10,000 Villages, which is a beautiful place out in... Luna's like, what about me? You just got home on me and we need to go for a walk. And I said, Luna walked you not too long ago before we left, so she's okay. And my drums. 10,000 Villages is a place, I think it's called something else now, but they would get stuff from, I put this in my love corner, 2 horses. And they would sell stuff from third world countries, from villages, to help support them. And yeah, it's such a beautiful place. I got my didgeridoo from there too. After we did a little drum circle there, they gifted me my beautiful didgeridoo. I think it's got a lizard on it. Trevor left his didge here. Thank you, Trevor. He plays it when he's here, and then Luna jumps around crazy, barking everywhere. This is my family photos when my sister got married. Oh my God, what a beautiful time. And my closet. I don't have a lot of clothes anymore that I wear, so it's easier to do laundry. Okay, I gotta finish so I can walk Luna. My vision board, my new mantra that Roxanne taught me. I am light, I am love, I am truth. This is my sage. This is another painting a friend of mine I bought. And this Trevor bought me so I wouldn't forget my keys anymore. My little affirmations. It says, today's going to be awesome. You can get excited about the future. The past won't mind. This is my kitchen and my little herbal medicine corner. And my beautiful fridge with families on it. Family photos. My almost sewing kit. And look at this beautiful salmon haddock painting. And my dog Luna. This is my chair I chill on and put all my winter stuff on. And my TV that I don't use anymore. My dad gave me this little Mayan thing. And that one. This is my Wild Rose College certificate. My Alexa for music. And I like to decorate with beautiful butterflies and dragonflies and colors and sacred things and altars.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I said Alexa, so she doesn't know what I'm asking her for. And my beautiful Mexican shawl I just brought back out. And of course, my favorite thing of my home here is the most beautiful dog in the whole world. Miss Luna Princess. She makes my home beautiful to return to every single day. I used to be so lonely. And then I got a dog, and now it's like I come home to puppy love. He's the best thing in the world. Besides Trevor love, and Travis love, and family love, and all the other love in the world, God's love. So that was my cool story. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time because I want you guys to know there are angels among us. Angels are real. If you want to become one, you must learn to live peacefully in service of others. Realize God within you, whatever that looks like for you. You decide. And ask them for help. And you never know what could happen. I love you all. Good night.